If you're Joy Reid, you spend almost every day just soaking in the accolades from other journalists. You're brave, you're brilliant. But for the last week, life has not been that way for Joy Reid. She was attacked for comments on her old blog, long defunct, and on her old Twitter feed. She denied that she made those comments and instead created a ludicrous story about how the blog was hacked. She called the FBI in. NBC backed her up. It was all a lie. Well, this weekend, she went halfway toward admitting it was a lie. She sort of apologized for some of them. I take ownership, she said, and then took no ownership at all. And then she invited a guy on called Brandon Wolf. Now, the point of Brandon Wolf on Joy Reid's show was to make everything okay. And Wolf did this by explaining that, okay, maybe those comments were offensive, but they're nothing compared to Mike Pence. If Mike Pence ever became president, he'd put gay people in concentration camps. Watch this.
We have homophobic psychopaths running the United States government today. That's the reality. We have a Secretary of State, as was mentioned, that believes that gay people are sinners based on who they are. If Mike Pence, God bless him, ended up in the White House, sitting behind that desk in the Oval Office, he would have us all in concentration camps hoping to pray away the gay.
So Chadwick Moore lives in Brooklyn. He spent years writing for Out and The Advocate. He no longer does. Instead, he joins us tonight. So you've been in this world journalism, been on gay politics a lot for a long, long time, and you watch something like this over the weekend, and your reaction is what?
It's almost become a point of kind of a depraved fantasy on their part. They actually believe this could happen, that Mike Pence wants to do this. He's sort of using the exact same script as that bedazzled figure skater during the Olympics, Adam Rippon or what have you, going after Vice President Pence because they're really searching for homophobic monsters in the administration, and the best thing they can come up with is Mike Pence, who has to suffer through. I feel very bad for Mike Pence. He handles these attacks with such grace and such decorum. I really don't think that there's anything homophobic about Mike Pence. They don't even know why they hate him. They don't even know what these Pray the Gay Away camps, that argument was about. It was a complete fantasy. He never. It's almost something 20 years old that was he supported therapy for people who want to change their sexual behavior. It had nothing to do with gay people specifically. Yet they've latched on to this, and Mike Pence has become their go-to scary boogeyman.
But did he call for concentration camps and I missed it? I mean,
not that I'm aware of.
Is this all made up? Okay.
I think it's all. I believe it's all made up. And you know, unfortunately, they want to believe he's capped in electroshock therapy, and that one's not true either. Unfortunately, they just can't. They can't come to terms with the fact that. People really don't care about homosexuality anymore in this country. It's very rich also coming from Brandon Wolf, who's a Pulse nightclub survivor, right? Pulse nightclub was not attacked by the radical Amish. The person who attacked Pulse nightclub did not pledge his allegiance to the Episcopalian Caliphate. There is a very real problem. There is a group of people in this world that wants to harm gay people, and it's not Christians.
Well, who is it? Tell me, now I'm intrigued.
I believe it's this political movement called Islamofascism. I think that what it might be. I think Omar Mateen may have been a Muslim, but I'm not entirely sure. We should ask Brandon how he thinks about that.
So if there was a group of people, heavily armed, well-organized people who sought to kill you, you'd probably want to name them and oppose them. Why wouldn't Brandon Wolf be doing that?
I don't know. It's almost like it doesn't fit in with the leftist narrative, so you kind of have to be lockstep. It's very rich that Joy Reid...
So whose behalf is he working on?
I wouldn't know. I think he's just working on behalf of MSNBC and the Democratic Party. I'm not sure it has much to do with gay people. I don't know.
So he's not actually a civil rights activist. He's a political hack who will say anything to get his candidates elected. Is that what you're saying?
I think that may be it. I think you might be onto something there. It's shocking, I realize. It's incredibly shocking. But that might be what's happening here. Yeah.
Thank you, Chadwick. I knew you would explain it. Because I was watching this, I was thinking, really? Concentration camps? You know, I don't know. I can't catch all the news. But I appreciate your clearing that up.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.